right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Episode 25, the Always Chillin podcast. We're a quarter of the way to 100. Yeah, that'll be something when we get to 100 episodes.
Indubitably.
Yeah, it'll probably be totally different. Maybe we'll have blown up by then. Maybe you'll have told all your friends about it finally.
We'll see.
Speaking of that, you're watching us on YouTube. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, comment, and do all that stuff. Send it to your friends. That's the best thing you can do. Show your mom. Your mom will probably listen to it. You wouldn't even believe how many moms we have listening to this show.
My mom does.
Yeah, I was going to say there's at least two, and it's my mom and his mom, and they love it. So maybe your mom likes it too. I don't know. Give it a shot. Anyway, so on the way here on 9th Street, there was I'm going to estimate about 12 cop cars. Whoa. All stopped on the side of 9th Street.
Oh, shit.
And they had a car pulled over. And it was like the reverse of a NASCAR pit stop. instead of putting the car together, there was like 24 cops around the car, and they were just taking pieces off of it. They were just stripping the car in seconds. They were walking away with pieces I've never seen, but they're like just pieces of the upholstery and stuff. Just like
somebody going to jail.
Yeah, somebody got a lot of something. There was, probably about 12 cop cars, at least probably a dozen cops.
Yeah, they've been busy, man. They've been real busy. They getting their money's worth. They earning their checks as of late.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, doing a bunch of drug stops. I was like, man.
9th Street, downtown.
Yeah, just in the middle of the road. They didn't pull over into a parking lot or nothing. They had like a lane closed.
Oh, they had to have him right now. They needed him right now. Yeah. They needed to talk to him right now.
Yeah, and they did. He got to talk to.
LPD, man. That's one thing I always said about LPD, man. When they get they dude, you know what I mean? I don't know how realistic the first 48 is, but LPD, they gonna get you, dude. if you at least in my day, if you allow them to set up their perimeter, you might as well just come on out.
It's over.
Here I am, man. Yeah, they was always good for that shit. You got to get out of that perimeter, man.
Okay, that's true. They're pretty good about posting about it on Facebook and stuff too. They're like, everybody stay away from these blocks. They got them all sectioned off.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, they do that shit real quick. Yeah, so we record these on Sundays. College football's on Saturdays. So, I mean, Nebraska's bad again.
Man.
I was drinking the Kool-Aid for a little bit. I was like, oh, is this it? Is this it? Are we doing it? And then shit's just like, it was embarrassing this week.
That one was embarrassing. We got smacked around, man. And it wasn't even that the score was that bad. It was just like, where you guys at?
Yeah, they didn't look like they even wanted to be playing football.
Where you guys at?
Not a single one of them until about the third quarter.
And I was, I probably watched 3 or 4 games that day, and I'm just like, wow, we just don't have that pedigree here.
Yeah.
And they may be great kids, but we're, as fans, we're talking about strictly performance on the field.
Right.
It was just, we don't have that pedigree here. We have a few. We have enough pieces to be very competitive.
Right.
But why they're not putting no pieces on the board is what I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just don't know.
And they could. They show us all the time. It's like they play exactly to the level of who they're playing, and then just turn it down just a little bit. And sorry, wife is gonna have to. She fast forwards through all this shit. As soon as we start talking about football, she starts hitting the fast forward. The fast forward 15.
She did say that.
So sorry, you're gonna have to skip a little bit. Sorry, but I mean it's football season. So, but I was thinking about it, and you know what I thought about is, you remember Tommy Armstrong?
Yeah.
And as much as he turned the ball over, as much as he did, questionable things with the ball sometimes.
I know where you're going.
He was clutch, man.
He got a lot of get back.
He had it was 4th and 21, and I'm confident that he's going to figure something out.
He got a lot of get back. He did. He got a lot of get back. I forgot about him.
He just had that thing at the end of the game. They're driving. It's theirs to lose or win, depending on what happens. And you knew Tommy Armstrong was going to do something.
That Ohio State game is what I remember about him. I mean, that dude literally played.
Well, there was
his heart out.
There was that season. There was that season where they lost a couple games early, and then to go to the conference championship, they had to win out the rest of the season. And just, you remember this? It was just about every single game was a fourth quarter comeback victory.
Him and Burkhead.
Yeah.
It
was a fourth quarter comeback victory like every single week, which was stressful on its own, a different kind of stressful than it is now. At least we were winning then, but
right.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, there just isn't that right now. Nobody has that like, give me the ball and I'm going to figure something out.
No, and we haven't had that for a while.
And they had many chances. I think they had the ball 4 times with the opportunity to come to score, to be ahead. Opportunity to score a go-ahead touchdown. They had the ball 4 times, and they couldn't do it. They were on the 1-inch yard line, and the dude trips over his own feet and does a forward somersault.
And that's just
at the 1 yard line.
You know, that's and not to say, you know, to pull the kid, to embarrass the kid or whatever, but you just got to know when that piece ain't working, and you got to put a new piece in.
Yeah.
And as an ex-athlete, first you understand that. That's why you're on the team.
Right.
You know what I mean? And to have competition out on the field, first you must create competition within.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm the starting point guard, and I know there's 2-3 dudes behind me that can easily come in and do what I'm doing, if not better. And we all have our different, dynamics to our games.
Right.
One's mid-range, one's long range, one can get to the cup. So, being a coach, you got to know I got tomatoes here, I got potatoes here, and I got green beans here.
Right.
You know what I mean? They all going to do some different shit. And I think I mentioned it yesterday. I can't remember the last quarterback controversy battle we had, but I just told my wife this morning. Every year at Nebraska that I remember growing up, we had a quarterback controversy every year. And there was a countdown on the fucking news and shit in the paper to the day that the coach was going to name the starter, because we had 3-4 motherfuckers that could do it.
Right. I think that has a lot to do with the transfer portal. It's hard to keep it's hard to keep a good number 2 quarterback now.
And that's the thing.
Because they'll just transfer out.
Who
to
has the
start
heart to
somewhere
be
else.
like, yo, I'm going to wait my turn
right,
and get my shine.
Yeah, because if you're good enough to be the number 2 quarterback at Penn State, you're good enough to be the number 1 quarterback somewhere else.
And I get it.
So I think the transfer portal just made that like a lot easier.
But then that's when I question the ability to motivate. You have to have the ability to motivate these kids.
Accidentally stopped my shit. Yeah, and that he said that himself in his post game press conference. He said,
I didn't even watch it.
He said the kids weren't juiced enough, and that's on us. It's like, yeah, it is, and you could tell. You just watching them, you could tell it looked like they were walking through glue.
It was a walkthrough.
They looked slow.
Yeah, it was a walkthrough. It was a walkthrough.
And for the first 5 games of the season, they're all rushing the ball, they're gang tackling. This game, there's like 3-4 of them just standing there watching someone else make a tackle.
Didn't get it.
Yeah,
and I tried to blame it on this what do they call it, that rugby style of tackling, where you got to lay your body. I try to blame it on that, but even that's developed, and we getting some good hitting with that style of tackling. So it ain't
and I mean, at least help somebody wrap up.
Wrap up if he hit, wrap up.
I mean, how many broken tackles were there yesterday because there was only one guy on him?
Yeah.
And then they just all took their turns instead of helping. I don't know. There's just plays where literally they were just. The DBs were in the back just standing watching the play happen.
Yeah, I can imagine it'd probably be hard to keep that number 2, number 3 kid here, but at the same time, it ain't that hard.
Well, and right now, I think we're at a point where, the number 2 kid has at least earned a shot.
Give him a shot in that too. I mean, give him a shot.
We're already losing games, so you give the number 2 kid a shot and we lose the game. What's the difference, And
I hate to go back to Tom Osborne, but as much as he talks about Tom Osborne, I must, go along with him. He had no problem handing a freshman the ball.
Yeah.
Tommy Frazier got the ball as a freshman, and we didn't see nobody else. I think even Krauts got the ball as a freshman. I think he might have been a redshirt freshman, but still, he had no problem handing the ball to a freshman. And when he did, we got chips. Multiple chips other than Scott Frost. He was a transfer himself, but and like I said, the DB play. I mean, that dude, Scott Frost, if a lot of people don't know, played DB in the NFL and had a decent career, man. I've seen him knock dudes out. Yeah. Like, Scott Frost would not be able to play in the NFL today because that's how he laid wood, man. The dude laid wood. So I'm like, damn, how is your DB play lacking, dude? You hit some of the greats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, maybe you should be coaching DBs, man. But
I don't know. It seems like wherever the most attention goes gets fixed, and then something else collapses the next week. So it's like they've been focusing on the offensive line really hard, and then they switched him out. He played some freshmen, and then one of them got hurt.
Yeah,
and they had to put the
left
original
tackle.
starter
Yeah,
back
left
in.
tackle.
And he's the one that was getting burnt on most of the plays. They're calling his name out on TV.
Yeah.
Well, that's bad when they're specifically
When
saying this guy, first name, last name, missed his block, and
Again.
that's why Martinez got sacked.
Again. Yeah, we'll see, man.
The announcers, how many times did they call him Taylor Martinez yesterday?
They did.
Every single time. Every
Yeah.
single time
Well,
they talked
shit,
about him, they called him
I
Taylor
take
Martinez.
old boy T Magic right now, man.
He was crazy, especially before he hurt himself, and I think he was different after he hurt his foot or whatever.
Yeah, that turf toe. He had that turf toe. That shit's hard to heal, man. That shit fucking hurts, man. Never had it, but I've seen dudes suffer from that shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going on a limb say we big tick champs with old boy right now, man.
Yeah. Or Tommy Armstrong,
Tommy.
especially like Tommy Armstrong, Amir Abdullah. That was a dangerous backfield.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as people like to call Tommy arm punt or whatever.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. But one thing for sure, like I said, Trev Alberts. If y'all don't know who Trev Alberts is and know his history, old boy will come here and shake shit up because he's done it before.
Yeah, I think he'll give Frost a year to hire some new people.
I think he's gonna give him a few weeks after the season's over and say, hey, dog, I'm gonna call you here after vacation. We're gonna see what you decide because there's some changes to be made here.
Yeah, I think maybe some positional coaches will be changed.
And I hate to sound old school, but at the same time, man, you gotta go get some old boys. You gotta go get some old blood back in here. That's what T.O. did.
What position groups are doing really well? It's
D-line, I know.
Yeah, the linebackers.
I'm gonna go ahead and shout him out. I know Grant Winstrom is coaching some D. I think he's a head coach.
Yeah,
down in Missouri somewhere, putting out some decent squads.
They got Rude coaching linebackers.
Rude, he can stay home. He's home. He's
the running backs coach Ryan Held doesn't he have some affiliation with the university somehow?
That's what I heard.
I don't know what it is, but
maybe not. But either way,
he's been around.
There's some boys out there
capacity.
in the coaching ranks. You know that you can give a shot.
I kind of miss that wide receivers coach that was getting DUIs and shit. You know?
Oh yeah, little bro. Yeah,
the one who got banned.
Yeah.
I mean, his off the field activities apparently questionable, but his wide receivers, man, they were really good.
Yes, they were.
They were really good, and they were totally bought in. They loved him.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, they were posting about him on Instagram all the fucking time.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here next season, man. I'm all the way. I'm in spring ball.
Yeah,
right
seeing
now.
that sucks.
I'm in spring ball already, dog.
About this point every season, I'm like, man, next season though, they can be really, really, really good. But it might be the same shit because Adrian still has his COVID year, so he could come back if he wanted to.
I think we're gonna see a new starter next year,
and
bro.
I think Scott has hitched his wagon to
that's
Adrian.
a wrap. That's a wrap. Either the JUCO ranks or transfer portal.
Yeah,
because it's gonna have to be right now. We ain't got time to develop because they ain't developed him. That he just ain't developed as a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean he's looking a lot better this year. It's just when we need him. He can do everything except when it's the last minute of the game.
And his decision making, man, is just that's not a quarterback. That's not quarterback pedigree. That's just not a quarterback.
Yeah,
pedigree.
I mean you step backwards into the end zone and then throw the ball to nobody.
One thing they teach you in football that I remember, and you know, I was more of a basketball player, but I do remember this in football. Either forward or side to side, never backwards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I mean, obviously
holding just the way he holds that's just basic shit. You know, when you're on the goal line and they're fucking hitting you, you got the ball way up here. That's just
obviously the kid's under a lot of pressure, and I've never been in that situation, and I probably wouldn't do any better. I'm not saying I would, but I'm saying he's had 4 years of chances to prove he's the guy. Because I mean, they lose every single game by one score, so like he's had hundreds of chances at this point to prove that he can be the dude that finishes the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't go get two JUCO guys, transfer guys, whatever, that are ready to compete right now and let them battle it out and not lie to them and let them know, hey, one of you might play and you both may play. And I think a lot of coaches are, I don't mean to, make it sound like this, but I think a lot of them are lying to these kids. You know, the McCaffreys, the other kid, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, you got to kind of let a kid know what the plan is today, whereas in my day, they were like, you're not going to play your freshman year. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and more motherfuckers went for that shit back then because coach said so. Now they know better, and they want to know. And you can't just have this 3-star, 4-star, 2-star, whatever, and just set him there and say, because you're a freshman or you're a sophomore, you're not going to play. When he very well can fucking compete right now with this junior or a senior.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That pisses me off. I mean, that's what coaches is about, taking chances. It's chess, not checkers.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, they played, 2 quarterbacks yesterday, did they? Was I not mistaken? Did they kept?
Yeah, they do they have a passing guy and a running guy, which I don't like that much.
I don't really like that either, but it's good to have that number one, number two guy.
Well, I feel like there's always one guy that when he's on the field, the offense is just, it just looks better.
Yeah, they react to Smothers. Like I said, the energy, I don't know if it's his personality or his style of play, because he's a little loose out there. And like I said, he got that wiggle. Martinez ain't got no wiggle, man. The dude ain't got none of that to him. Just, he Frankenstein out there. Like, damn, dude, you don't know who Michael Vick is, man?
Yeah, I don't know. And he's an enigma, man, because he does, we wouldn't be in a position to win the games without him, but also he tends to make a mistake that loses the game right at the end. Like, if he wasn't cracking off 80-yard touchdown runs every once in a while,
Reminds me of, and maybe you remember and maybe you don't, Jamal Lord.
Yeah, I remember Jamal Lord.
Dude's short ball was trash. His long ball was perfect. But he just couldn't get that win, man. That's when Texas was coming in here busting us up, man. Everybody was coming in here busting us up when he was the quarterback. That's who he reminds me of, Jamal Lord. And it could have, who was the coach then? Callahan, I think? Yeah, that was Callahan.
Yeah,
and
maybe
it could have just been the offense, because they came in here and tried to
Pelini.
make it a pro.
West
and
Coast
it just didn't work. You know what I mean? And he was an option. We were fresh off the option, and he came here to run the option. So I won't fault him all the way. But as a quarterback, man, you've been playing this position since you were 6. You got to be ready for that shit. If anybody on the field got to be ready for that shit, it got to be a QB.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But at this point, I don't even know if we'll win another game, because Purdue just beat Iowa.
Didn't just beat Iowa.
Yeah, beat the shit out of them.
They didn't just beat Iowa.
Yeah, beat the shit out of them.
I was like, holy shit.
24-7.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think I said that.
So,
Iowa got a lot of ways to fall.
So, in 2 weeks, Purdue comes into Memorial Stadium, and they might fucking beat the shit out of us. And then we have to play Wisconsin, Ohio State, and Iowa. And are we winning any of those? Probably not. So, this Minnesota thing, already bowl eligibility, I think, is bye-bye at this point.
Yep.
And I'm questioning if we'll even win one more game.
Basketball season, dog.
Yeah, well, I guess so.
We supposed to be all right on the hardwood this year.
Preseason bowling rankings, we're number 1, dog.
What was the rifle team? Didn't they national champs? Volleyball. We still have volleyball.
We're good at other sports.
Yeah, we good, y'all. We good.
Yeah, we're just not good at football anymore, which is the only one anybody cares about. Anyway, see the Rock raps now?
Who showed me that whack ass shit, man? Nah, it was all right. He did all right.
I don't know. It's really aggressive.
Yeah, it's really aggressive.
He sounds really angry.
Like, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. The Rock rapping.
But he's got like a little Disney in his voice, you know?
Yeah,
like,
he's all the way Disney. That's why I was
a little bit like when he's rapping. It sounds
first,
like
if you
would
did this first, I would have believed you. But
yeah,
you did the Tooth Fairy. What else? What else did you do, man? And just I don't believe you.
Yeah,
good cinema though. Good cinema. Good cinema.
I do like Rock movies.
That's my guy, man.
Really?
That's my guy.
It's like anytime there's a movie that's gonna be in the jungle, it's like boop, boop, boop. Hello, The Rock.
That was my guy. Back in the WWF days.
Yeah. That's good shit.
It's still Lupe right here?
Yeah, man.
Flowing to that shit?
Oh, well, I guess that one's over.
It's all good.
As soon as you started liking it, that shit's over.
It's all good.
Yeah, so I filled out your teammates reference form thing.
Sweet. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Always love.
Yeah. What made you want to sign up for that?
You know what, man?
Oh, I guess we should say what it is and stuff.
Oh,
in case
Teammates is a
doesn't know.
mentoring program for school-age kids from elementary to high school. It's Tom Osborne's baby. I remember being in elementary when the program was started. I remember one of the first posters. There were like 3 of my homies on the poster. So it's well over 30 years old, you know. And you go to schools, and you know one day, maybe twice a week or whatever. You go shoot hoop with a guy or a gal, play some PlayStation, man, and just see where they at. You know what I mean? And the crazy thing about it, bro, is I don't know who recommended me.
Oh, somebody recommended you?
Yes, I just got an email one day, you know, and I don't email. I don't use. I probably used my email 5 times since emails existed.
So it should be easy to figure out who
what I
knows
mean?
your email.
So, you know what I'm
well,
saying?
somebody in your neighborhood has a teammate sign in their yard.
But I don't know them, and they just moved there.
Mm.
I did notice that. So I'm laying in the bed and ding. I'm like, I don't have that sound on my phone. So I look at it and it's an email, and I'm like, who's emailing me? I've never emailed you. So I look at it and it's the teammates organization, and I'm like, holy shit. You know, and it clearly states that someone recommended me for this organization, man. And yeah, man, I'm more than flattered, man. I mean, me, you know, I never, you know, what I mean, I've always been able to speak and talk, and motivate people, but you know, my kind of motivation ain't for everybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
But so even being chosen for this program, I guess I can say I was chosen, man. I was one of the chosen ones to be involved in this program, man, and I'm really excited to get the ball rolling. I think I have a meeting Tuesday to.
That'll be cool. That'll be cool. I think you do great, man.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
I really do. That reference form is pretty extensive.
Yeah, that's what
it's
I
like,
heard.
how do you think Damon would interact with people from different backgrounds? I'm like, pretty good, man.
Wow.
He does it all the time.
I do it all the time, every day.
Good. I mean, we get along.
Yeah.
Our backgrounds are pretty different.
Yeah. That's what it's about, man.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to get involved with it, man. These little kids need me, man, and I've always said that. I no diss to my big homies, you know. He's all my big homies, you know, the ones, you know, they know, you know what I mean. But I always say I wish I had a big homie like me.
Yeah.
You know, so I just wish I had a big homie like me, and maybe, just maybe, you know what I mean. My dad was always my dad, you know what I mean? But, you know, the homies was the homies too. But, you know, sometimes, you know, you took your dad's information to the big homies, you know what I mean, and just threw it off somebody, you know what I mean, and vice versa. So, yeah, I'm really excited to be that big homie, man.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's definitely needed.
It's definitely
what
needed.
the kids are getting up to with that.
Oh,
what was it?
God,
what was it? Was it 2 11-year-olds and
2
a 14-year-old
and a 12-year-old
or something? In a high-speed pursuit with
110 miles
state
an hour.
patrol, 110 miles an hour,
throwing guns out the window.
Yeah, they have guns, tossing them.
I mean, I don't know about you when I was 12, but I still had my basketball under my arm with a mouthful of Hubba Bubba bubble gum.
Yeah, I wasn't doing shit. I was figuring out how to do fireballs on Street Fighter.
You dig?
Like-
Cap guns and shit,
Yeah.
building fucking forts and shit. You know what I mean? At the candy store, these man, I don't. Yeah, they need me, man. They need me, and I'm here. I'm assuming I'll be able to do more than that with the platform, but yeah, if this is my way in, yeah. I mean, I see so many of them little dudes in my shop every day, and a lot of them, man, I ended up seeing on the news either the day after or whatever.
Really?
It's like, damn, that's where he, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck, man. And I've been talking to this dude, man, and just once they get their hands on you, and this is what I'm telling these little dudes, once they get their hands on you once, man, you become expendable to them.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't.
As fucked up as it is, as fucked up as
kids
it
are getting into
sounds.
this. How are kids ending up in situations where they have, you know, a pound of cocaine on them at the mall?
I don't know, bro.
Like, how is that even happening? I mean, and I know how bad.
I mean, yeah, we know how, but
bad older influences,
and that's
how,
what it is.
But
big homies out here, the ones that's calling themselves OGs and
Yeah.
big homies and shit, they
Yeah.
dropping the fucking ball for the
yeah,
little
talking
homies
about
right now.
talking about you want to get rich.
Fuck all that shit.
Yeah, instead of
Fuck all that shit.
yeah.
That's why I told some, if your kids pass through my barbershop and they having to sit in my chair, and I know barbershops are synonymous with a lot of bullshit, but here at Skinny D's, if he's throwing off that vibe to me, all I'm at his ass. And I don't care if he comes back or not.
Yeah, that's good.
But
man.
you got to get this right quick.
I mean,
right
at least
quick, homie.
at least he heard it once.
He heard it once, you know what I'm saying, from a real one. And
After that, it's
you ain't gonna come in here and learn that bullshit, motherfucker. Matter of fact, keep that bullshit outside.
Yeah.
Don't come in here acting like that, because I tighten your bitch ass up, for one. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't built for that shit. That's why y'all riding around with guns. And then when you do pull that trigger, you dropping it. I don't know if this. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's the thing with that pound of drugs or whatever. That all the guns were still there.
And I think it's because they think it's over. I don't have anything to do with it no more. It's just, I don't know what they think, but it's like, but it lets me know y'all ain't built for this. Y'all ain't even prepared for this, man. Y'all don't even know to keep your fucking gun until the last minute. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't prepared for none of this shit. But like I said, I was even talking to my son. A lot of these youngsters, man, like we didn't have Instagram, we didn't have Facebook, none of that shit where I could be friends with my favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, never in my life did I ever think I would ever meet Arabi and Rakim. Never did I think it was possible. But now they can be friends with their favorite rapper, and they can see everything they're doing every day. And that shit, social media, the powers of social media, you know what I mean? And next thing you know, this motherfucker thinks he's a little Boosie without ever putting in that work and hearing the bullshit in the music and thinking that's it. Oh, I'm going to go pop this motherfucker in the face. Because Lil Boosie said it. Lil Boosie ain't doing that shit no more, and he ain't been doing that shit no more. And that's
and he probably didn't like it.
And probably didn't like it when it did happen.
And if you asked him, he would probably tell you not to do it.
And that's, as much as I love hip hop, man, it's like, damn, I gotta quit perpetuating this shit, man. I mean, as talented as you are, I can't put words together like that. So a lot of you motherfuckers, I look at as geniuses. Being able to put words together like that over beats and shit and different cadences and shit. Yeah. So if you have that talent and that ability, man, come on, switch it up a little bit for the fellas, man.
Yeah,
switch it up just a little bit for the fellas, man.
I saw this thing about Young Thug and Lil Baby. And I guess Young Thug found Lil Baby somehow while he was still on the streets.
Okay.
And I guess Young Thug basically paid him to go to the studio and start recording and stay out the bullshit.
And who knows where he would have been if that.
And I mean, why? I feel like stuff like that should happen a lot more often.
Yeah, that's big homie style right there.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's big homie style straight
that's
up.
That's cool, man. That's like making positive change,
Bring
man.
your motherfucking ass in here and do what the fuck you got to do.
Yeah. And then maybe that compels him to help somebody like that, and then somebody else helps somebody like that.
You would think. You would think, but
everybody's so cutthroat, man. Like
more and more,
there's enough pie for everybody.
There's enough pie for everybody, and you ain't making all the money, dude.
There's enough sunshine for all the planets.
You ain't making all the money. You ain't got all the money, dog. I don't give a fuck how much you got. Ain't nobody got all the money.
Yeah, I'm not over here jealous of Joe Rogan's podcast because he has 10 million listeners.
You know what I'm saying? Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, like, we got listeners too. Okay?
We got listeners too. Whole lot. They just don't know it yet. That's my philosophy. My dad used to tell me that the world is yours. It just don't know it yet.
I heard somebody say that about money. Like, your money is my money. You just don't know it yet. I heard somebody say that. That seems a little aggressive.
Yeah. Or let me tell you the hood shit. Big bank take little bank. You ever heard of that game?
No.
Big bank take little bank means I walk up to you, big bank take little bank, Tom. So what that means is you pull out your knot and I pull out my knot. And whoever got more, big bank takes little bank. You gotta give me your money because I got more than you. I never, but I've seen. I'm like, oh shit, it was the ballers, you know what I mean, the players and hustlers and shit, you know what I mean. It was never me. But yeah,
I mean, doesn't that just get you robbed later? Doesn't everybody just know you're walking around with a lot of money?
Like I said, man, when I heard it, oh shit, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? I get the fuck out of here. I'm like, shit, this seems like my money, motherfucker.
This seems like a dangerous game, dude.
Big bank take little bank.
Money is one of the things you don't fuck with.
You don't fuck with.
Like you don't fuck with people's money.
And my food.
Their food or their sleep.
That's it.
Yeah, and as long as you don't do that, you're cool.
And my orange juice.
And his orange juice.
Fuck you up over my orange juice.
Okay. So we had to go to the ER the other day.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because my wife got a tetanus shot like 2 weeks ago. And the shit was still hurting. And not only was it still hurting, it was hurting worse. Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah, her arm was getting worse. And like she couldn't use it. She didn't want to use it, And the pain was like, it was like spreading down her arm and up into her chest,
Damn.
Well, so she called her doctor. And she's like, yeah, I got the tetanus shot. And it still had a big old bump, too. Like, it was still all swollen and stuff right there. But so she called her doctor. And she's like, oh, my arm hurts, my left arm hurts, and my chest hurts. And that's like the magic words to get you an ER visit. I did the same thing when I had to go to the VA. I mean, I don't think I've told that story. I'll tell it maybe a little bit later. But I called the VA and I'm like, and it was like muscle pain, like, you know, like when I was doing stuff, my chest hurt, you know. So I called the VA, like, oh, my chest hurts, and they're like, you can go to the ER. Whatever.
Now.
Yeah, they're like, we're not seeing you. You need to go to the ER. So her doctor's like, oh yeah, if your arm hurts and you're having chest pains, you should probably go to the ER just to make sure, you know, at the very least. So we did, because we're like, I don't want to like think it's nothing and then, you know, find out later it was something real bad. So we're like, well, yeah, we'll just go. So we take her, they run all these tests and stuff, and she's good, but yeah,
she's good, man.
Yeah,
that was. Oh.
Yeah, she said the magic words to get an ER visit every single time.
Hurts in my
every
chest
single time, my arm hurts in my chest.
Bring your ass in here. Yeah,
those tetanus shots. When was the last time you had a tetanus shot? Those things are. Those things are fucking killer.
I think in prison.
Those things are killer. Mine usually hurt for about a week. So for like, she was talking about it hurting, and for like a week, I was like, "You're being a baby."
The one I flipped out on, man, in prison, and in, you know, just like the military, man, they give blood, take shit, take that, take this, and whatever, was the TB shot, where they put the shit in there in the bubble, and I'm like, whoa, what the, you know, I must not be
I can never remember which one's good.
Yeah, I'm like, is it supposed to go down or is it supposed to stay up? You know, I'm freaking out, like, man, what the fuck? She was like, no, you're good. I was like, oh.
Yeah, the bubble's cool. The bubble's cool. I had to get smallpox.
Oh, shit.
Smallpox back. They like, they dip a needle.
Yeah, you going to other countries and shit.
Yeah, they dip a needle into it, and then they just stick you with it a bunch of times, and they make like try to make a circle. Some of them try to make shapes, or like smiley faces or whatever.
No shit.
And then you get one little smallpox boil, and it's super gross, but you just put a Band-Aid on it.
Oh man,
you can't see it.
I think I told my boil story, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I told my boil story.
Yeah,
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Yeah, so I just had. You can still see the scar, kind of.
Yeah, them scar. Yeah,
it's got a little hole in
little
circle. Some dudes, if they're real dicks, they'll try to draw a wiener. with the thing, and then you have a
fucking military.
Yeah, and then you got a wiener shaped scar for life, man. That shit ain't funny. It's not funny at all. Oh, but when we did it, because it's just, I mean, I say just corpsmen, but like they're not doctors. Like I don't know how long their training is or whatever, but they're not doctors. They definitely don't go to med school. It's like more like a nursing program, I think, more than anything. Yeah, I mean that's no disrespect to corpsmen. Corpsmen are badass,
right?
But yeah, they're not like doctors. We call them docs, but they're not doctors. So like some of them didn't know how to do the smallpox vaccine. Like I guess you're supposed to mix some stuff together, and if you don't do it right, then it just does nothing. So I guess some of them didn't do it right. So like half of us didn't get the smallpox boil thing, and we found out later that the doc that was doing it didn't know what the fuck he was doing. And he did it wrong, and so like half of us weren't actually vaccinated.
Damn.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, we could have got decimated.
Could
have got decimated by smallpox.
Not allowed back in the country and shit.
Yeah, shit's weird. So I guess going to space, I guess, is just no big fucking deal. Did you see that William Shatner went to 90-year-old?
I'm actually reading that right now as you say that.
90-year-old William Shatner went to fucking space.
And I got a problem with it, man, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Show us something. Let us see. You got...
Well, usually they do. Don't they?
Put some cameras on the outside of that motherfucker. Fuck y'all. We know y'all in there.
Oh, well, I know. Didn't they, when they sent the... when whatever Elon Musk's company was, when they sent that crew up to the space station,
that shit looks
didn't
so
they
fake.
have? Well, I mean, what?
And what I mean is, and I know the craft that they're on is probably bigger than this house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you can fit at least 1,000 cameras on the outside of that motherfucker to give us all 1,000 views.
Well,
1,000 panoramic views.
I don't know though.
I need to see stars. I need to see that over there. I need to see. Why the fuck can't we see? Show me. You know.
What about like the Hubble telescope?
You ever hear of the third wall, like in Hollywood? Well, the third wall is, imagine yourself at home watching a sitcom, right? And whatever the room they're always in, all you see is what walls? 1, 2, 3. You never see the fourth wall. You want to know why? Because that's where all the magic is happening. That's where they're fooling your ass. That's where they're editing this and editing that out.
I see.
Give me the fourth fucking wall, or I don't believe you.
Okay.
I've had it with all these space. Fuck y'all. Y'all lying. I don't believe none of you motherfuckers.
Well, I mean, they did
Put a GoPro on that motherfucker.
They did have cameras
and let
on
me
the
see some
outside,
shit.
like,
Don't give me that punk ass view and tell, yeah, we went to space. And then y'all hire fucking Captain Kirk, dog. He's one of the greatest actors fucking on Earth.
They hired
It's
him.
Captain Kirk, man. He's an actor.
Pretended
This
to go to
motherfucker
space.
can cry at the drop of a dime because he gets paid to do it. I don't believe him.
Oh, come on.
I don't believe it. I don't believe none of them motherfuckers. Y'all
Okay,
kiss my motherfucking ass. I ain't going, but there's other ways for y'all to prove it to everybody other than me.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm saying, what about like the Hubble telescope?
Don't believe it. Oh, with the
Why not?
telescope, can we, as far as seeing up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see. Yeah, telescopes. Yeah, I believe in telescopes. I want
Okay.
one
Well, the
right
Hubble
now.
telescope's in space.
Don't believe it. Yeah, and I think
Taking
I think
pictures
I
of
remember.
stuff
I
super
think
far
I
away.
remember the word I was trying to remember when I told you the ionosphere.
Yeah. Okay.
The ionosphere is what protects the Earth. It's why asteroids and shit don't hit us. Nothing gets out of that shit without being burned.
But it did. An asteroid did hit one time.
Yeah, it can happen, but the severity of what can happen without the ionosphere, we would have been decimated. We would never be here. The ionosphere, man, and that's why it's hard to argue God. I mean, the ionosphere, without the ionosphere, man, we'd have been blown out of fucking sky thousands of years ago. So maybe they're allowed 250 miles, 350 miles until they hit the ionosphere, and they can tell us they're in space. But ain't nothing passing the ionosphere, man. It's just impossible. If you read and you look up what the ionosphere is, you'll realize nothing's passing this. Yeah, so maybe they can go just a little outside of Earth, and Earth being so fucking, it's massive as it is. Yeah, it might look like outer space, but that ionosphere, man, ain't nothing getting through that unless they've built something and made some material that's allowed. But you were talking thousands of degrees, man.
Right.
Yeah, I just don't believe it. Maybe they went up so far and came back down. I'll say that. But as far as
Yeah, I mean, they
outer
were
space,
gone and back
space,
in the same day.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I know for a fact we ain't getting past that ionosphere, and I don't know how many miles exactly it is. Maybe it could be 600 miles, but I know for a fact nothing's getting outside of that ionosphere without dying.
Okay, sure.
Unless it's an alien that have the craft to do it.
Yeah. I didn't know if I was going to bring this up or not, but we're talking about it kind of already. I was watching College Game Day.
Yeah,
And I saw these dudes with signs about the moon. Did you see them?
I didn't.
There's these signs, and it was like, save the earth from the moon, and like learn the truth about the moon. Moontruth.net is the website. This guy says the moon's on a collision course with the earth or something. And someday the moon's just going to smack into the earth.
Well, he may have it wrong. I may have it wrong, but through my research, it's called Narubu, and that's Nirubu, Narubu. That's on a collision course with Earth.
Yeah. See, I'm saying there's so many like.
Yeah, he may.
A lot of people think a lot of things are gonna.
Yeah, well,
are the way space works,
Narubu
who knows?
is been discovered. That's a fact. They
Yeah.
know it's there. They've seen it. It's there.
The moon's there too.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, he thinks.
Which
he
I
says,
also don't
he says
think-
it's just gonna smack right into the earth and
And
blow the whole shit up.
the moon, the sun and the moon, again through extensive research, and I ain't saying it's fact, but what did they say? I don't want to blame everything on the Mayans, but they believe that the sun and the moon were on Earth and not in space.
Well, I don't know about that.
Sundial,
Yeah, I mean,
24. Y'all use military time, 24 hours.
yeah,
It tells you where the
we
sun
talked
and
about
the
sun.
moon.
We talked about sundials before.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
so there's all that shit, but yeah, the moon on a collision
yeah,
course.
I'm
I don't
saying,
know.
a
I
lot of
look at
people
the
have
moon
a-
sometimes, and
a
I
lot of
swear
people
that
have a lot of
motherfucker bounced
ideas.
a little bit. I don't know, but I be on my shit. But yeah, and then there's times where it could be broad daylight, and again, this is when I bring up the sundial, where there's the moon's just in places it just shouldn't be at this time of day. And they say there's no light reflective in space. How the fuck is the motherfucker shining? So I mean,
It shines because of sunlight.
yeah, that's what they say.
The
But they're nowhere near
sunlight-
each other.
The sunlight hits it.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, they are because they're on opposite sides of the sunlight comes.
yeah. we got the equinox. What is it? The equinox, and so they're never really close to each. One's pushing one.
Well, I mean, they
away
don't have to
and-
be. The sunlight goes like billions of light years away.
Yeah.
So they don't have. they
I'm
don't have
at
to
a
be close.
standstill with all that space bullshit. Like I said,
Yeah,
I
I
grew
mean-
up with the NASA shit and all that
Who
shit.
knows?
You know what I mean?
Who
Through the
knows?
80s.
NASA, hit us up. If someone at NASA listens, hit us up and let's
And
go.
there was just a lot of
Let's go to
questionable
space.
shit from the
let's
80s.
Let's go to space. Jeff Bezos, let's go to space.
Oh, yeah.
Elon Musk, take us to space, dog.
No, you take Tom.
We'll
Just
see. you
take
won't
my
even go.
GoPro.
You're
Just
like,
take my GoPro and put it on
you,
that
you want
motherfucker.
proof so bad, but you won't go.
Take my
man.
GoPro. I got 8 hours footage on that bitch. I got the magnet on that motherfucker and all that. I got all the accessories.
So
I need.
if I went to space and I came back and I was like, yeah, dude, that shit's real, that would be good enough.
Take my GoPro with you though.
No, I'm like no footage. If I just come back, I say, yep, it was legit. You believe in me or no?
Now see, if they came to the crib and they picked you up and you went straight there and you went to space, yeah.
Okay.
But all these motherfuckers been debriefed.
Okay.
They've been told what to say. Like I said, you get one of the greatest fucking actors in America, William Shatner, Captain fucking Kirk, man.
Well, yeah, that ain't me.
He gets
I'm
paid to lie.
That ain't me. I'm not one of
He's-
the greatest actors ever. I'm talking me. You can ride.
I wouldn't let you go, Doc.
You
For real,
can-
for real, for real, for real. Why are we talking? I wouldn't even let you go. I would talk you out of it.
You can ride
Nah,
with
dog,
me in
don't
the-
go, man.
You
Nah,
can ride
man.
with me in the car. You can watch me go up the stairs.
I wouldn't let you go, Doc.
into the space shuttle.
I'd be
and
that
you
worried
can-
about you.
You can watch it take off.
I wouldn't let you go, man. I wouldn't let you go.
Okay.
Oh, I'm being a real homie.
Okay.
I wouldn't let
Okay.
you
Yeah.
go.
Okay. Maybe you can talk me out of it. Then. I don't know. Seems like a once in a lifetime opportunity.
I would let you go, man.
Yeah. That shit would be. I think it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, take my GoPro. Yeah, that shit. I don't know. I guess I don't know, man. I don't know where I'm at with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Moontruth.net. Moontruth.net. For anybody that wants to know.
The moon's on a collision course.
Yeah, he has
with
some-
Earth.
he has some interesting videos.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, college game. There was a bunch of them. I don't know what
Why
this
they
dude
think
did, but
that?
there's a bunch of dudes standing there with signs like
There's some shit going on with the moon.
Well, and then they think it's a conspiracy because like the government knows about it, but they're not telling anybody.
I fell down that conspiracy rabbit hole throughout the pandemic, man.
Yeah.
I fell in a couple rabbit holes.
Yeah, but yeah, they think the government's in on it. They know, but they don't want everybody to panic. You know, because if they got on TV like the moon's about to hit the Earth and you're all about to,
I think there are
Die.
enough smart people, college educated or not, whatever, out there with their telescopes and whatever and whatnot. That
would
would
notice.
figure that out.
That
already.
would
There would
notice.
have been a whistleblower.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah. I'm not into that one either.
Nah. I don't
So-
believe that one.
So before the show, I said that I have an example of, I mean, maybe this is an awkward way to phrase it, but I had an example of black privilege in boot camp. I'm gonna tell you what it is. And because the black dudes were prone to getting razor bumps and stuff,
Right.
like a rash when they shaved.
Right.
So they could get a medical thing that said they wouldn't have to.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or they could get a thing that said they were allowed to use electric razors, where we were using like one razor,
straight
like
one or
disposable Bics every morning.
Right.
Yeah. So the black dudes could either get a thing that said they didn't have to shave at all, or they were allowed to use electric razors. So he'd wake up in the morning, and it's like one side goes and shits and shaves, and the other side goes and showers. So like we would all get shaving cream on and stuff, and there would be a couple black dudes. You would just hear them fire it up, and they'd be done in like, because you shave every day, so they'd be done in like 10 seconds. They just go, and we'd be like, "Fucking goddamn it!"
That is black privilege.
Yeah,
that's black
that's
privilege,
what's up,
dog.
that's
That's black privilege.
And at the boot camp store, because you get paid, because you have to buy like, okay, this is some more bullshit. So you keep the place clean every day, right? You spend hours cleaning every day. We had to buy the cleaning supplies. Yeah, so we'd go to the store and they would give us a list of stuff that they needed, like to restock the cleaning closet. So
Y'all didn't have that shit on hand?
no, so we'd walk into the store with a list and we'd be buying like, Windex and soap and all this shit to clean with. Yeah, so we'd go to the store and you could buy cough drops, and I would buy hella cough drops because it was like the closest thing to
I had it with
candy or
candy.
something. So I would always have cough drops, and And they had lotion, and there was two kinds of lotion, and it was regular lotion and cocoa butter lotion. And they had shaving cream, and there's two kinds of shaving cream. There was regular shaving cream and cocoa butter shaving cream.
Fuck yeah.
And all the black dudes would go buy cocoa butter lotion and cocoa butter shaving cream, and every single other person there would get regular both.
Cocoa butter fucking lotion, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It might take you about a half hour to rub that little dab in, but there's a lot you can do with cocoa butter, man.
Yeah.
That shit, and you smelling good, you shining and shit. Fuck yeah.
It's like specifically there for black
Oh,
dudes.
it just came to me, the smell,
camp,
man.
yeah.
Oh, man, that's a beautiful smell. You gonna make me stop giving me some cocoa butter just to have it. Yeah, cocoa butter and Dove soap.
Yeah.
Fuck
Hey,
yeah.
I started using the cocoa butter lotion too. I had when I was in Afghanistan, I'd have my mom and my wife send.
It's great in the summer.
Send
It's
cocoa
great in
butter
the
lotion.
summer.
Yeah.
It's great lotion in the summer, man.
I was getting some real dry skin over
Can't
there.
put it on Lubriderm in the summertime, man. You got that cocoa butter, man. That's that summertime lotion, especially in Nebraska.
Yeah.
No lotion in the summertime in Nebraska, but cocoa butter, hell yeah.
Yeah. So that's some black privilege, man. It's the electric razor.
What about baby oil? No baby oil.
No shaved chits.
They didn't have no baby oil in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We actually use baby oil to clean shit. So
What?
yeah,
Really?
yeah, to
Damn.
like make the floor shiny.
Yeah. Okay.
We'd baby oil it up.
We should use it on our boots to shine our
It'd be
boots.
slippery. Yeah. Yeah, man. Fuck, dude. Cleaning was kind of like the best part of boot camp, honestly.
Yeah.
Because they just the drill instructors just fucked off and left us
And what
alone the whole time.
and the opposite of what a lot of people think. They think, oh, prison, it's nasty. No, I mean, there's literally some floors that you can have your meal off of
Yeah,
for real.
Probably the same as boot
That's
camp.
what they do every day. That's somebody's job, and it's somebody's punishment in there.
Mm-hmm.
It don't stop. 25 and 8. Somebody's cleaning something somewhere in this fucking facility,
Yeah.
man.
The thing that sucked was like in order for us to have something to clean, the place would have to get dirty throughout the day.
Right.
So sometimes the drill instructors would just be like, because we would have foot lockers that had all our shit in them, and they would have everybody just dump all their shit into the middle of the room, and then go back and put their foot lockers back, and then you spend the rest of the night go find your find your shit. Yeah, so it's like the place is spotless, so they have to be like, all right, make a fucking mess.
Keep
And
you
then-
busy work.
Yeah, so you have to make your own mess, and then they make you clean that shit up.
Hey, those yellow feet prints, is
Yeah.
that real?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I always wanted to know that. I didn't know if that was Hollywood or not.
Yeah, before you go in, you get off the bus, and then you stand on the yellow footprints. And then there's some kind of like the Marine Corps code or whatever the fuck.
That's
And
where
the
you
drill,
learn that off
the drill
bat.
instructor reads it to you, and then you go in. So it's like the yellow footprints is like your last moment as like a civilian,
Damn.
and then you go into the door.
I always wanted to know. I wanted to ask you that. I didn't know if that was Hollywood or not.
Yeah, no, that shit's crazy. At the time, it's crazy. It's a big deal.
Really?
At the time, yeah.
That's
I mean,
like-
looking back on it, it's not
like
so
the
much,
blue
but
line.
it's like a milestone, and you know it's coming. You know, it's like they make a big deal about the yellow footprint. Like you're gonna stand on the yellow footprints, and shit's gonna be different. Like the second you walk through, you're different now. And I mean, you kind of are,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah,
Another comparison.
It's an intense moment.
Another
for sure.
comparison.
Mhm.
That yellow line. The yellow line and red line. That red line is the last line you see as, well, you're not free because you're coming in as shackles, in shackles. But yeah, once you pass that red line, you start having to follow the yellow line now. Right side, yellow line. Green side, left side. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I still remember that shit. You know what I mean?
That shit's familiar
You
too.
better not fall out of that yellow line,
that's
boy.
some-
They
that's-
gonna fucking put your dick in the dirt.
That's some pretty similar shit. How often do they give you hard-boiled eggs? A lot.
Fucking every goddamn every day, man. You gonna
Yeah.
get some hard boiled eggs every day in that bitch.
Yeah, we had sack lunches a lot with like ham sandwiches and hard-boiled
And
eggs.
peanut butter. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there was a lockdown. There was an escape. I think 04, 03, 04. Well, there were quite a few escape attempts that year. That was a wild year in the joint that year. But this
What was it, dude? Mercury was in retrograde or something.
something, man. It was a hot ass summer. I remember that.
I'm kind of buying into that Mercury in retrograde shit,
Yeah.
by the way,
Yeah.
because apparently it's right now,
Yeah.
and I feel like everybody's having an extra stressful couple weeks, man. It feels like shit's just going wrong for people lately.
Again, like that. Yeah, but I remember they
Oh,
tried
yeah.
to escape, and I was in my cell. I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about there?
I don't know. That's my bad. I interrupted.
It's all
you.
good.
I
It'll come back
interrupted you
to me.
with some other
Yeah,
shit.
it'll come back to me.
Yeah, we were talking about people escaping.
Yeah. Oh yeah, crazy times. Just crazy times.
Yeah, crazy times. 2004.
Crazy times.
Fucking crazy. What was I doing? I
2004.
was 14.
You was 14 in
Yeah.
2004. Damn, man.
Just starting high school.
I was doing a 5 to 8.
Damn.
Yeah, I was doing a 5 to 8.
Yeah. Yeah. See, different.
My second time. Yeah, that was my second number. I was doing a 5 to 8.
Yeah. See, teammates. If teammates people are watching this, we have some different lives,
Man.
and we get along pretty good.
And that time, that's the time. Why, man? I don't think I've ever discussed this, man. I damn near asked the judge for that time, because that's how wild I was out here, man. I was real fucked up.
It's 2004. Everybody was wild.
I was fucked up, man, and no addictions or anything. I've never had any addictions or anything. It's just, man. And I was just telling my son this today, man. I had my grandma used to always tell me, man, I marched to the beat of my own drum, and I got my own drum. You know what I mean? I've always been this guy. It's just never in applying the shit. You know what I mean? I've always been smart. I ain't never been no dumb motherfucker, you know, and I was just a little too smart. And it got me put in prison, man, and probably could have been in there for a whole lot more at that time. But in that particular time I got caught, I knew. I was like, hey man, I gotta go lay it down for a minute. You know, I wasn't fighting it, you know, I was just like, I gotta go lay down for a minute. I'm tired.
Was that the last time you went?
Nah, that was my second number.
Okay.
The last number, man, again, I was telling my son, man, that last number, you would think it was a breeze for me because I had been there twice before. That was the hardest time I had ever done.
Do you have to start over every time?
What do you mean?
You know, because like, isn't it? Because you show up, and then the next time you show up, it's probably like mostly different people there. You know, or do the people stay mostly the same, or is it like you got to start like nobody knows who you are, you don't have any
no
kind of credibility
you
with
always
anybody?
You always gonna have friends there, whether you
always
gang banging and just through word of mouth who you are and what you've done. You know, your crew will be waiting for you. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily that you have to start over, but you kind of do. You know, you're gonna get a new number. You know, but the crazy thing is about it, like if you paroled out medium custody and you come back again on a new number, you're probably gonna come back max custody because they're gonna add points to the points that you left with.
Okay.
You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And in those points, I mean, you get points for your age, you get points for your crime. You get points for your security level. If you've ever had any addictions, you know, you get points for all of that shit, and that's when they figure out where to place you. You know what I mean? And I pointed out, you know, just because, you know, the shit, you know, just a bunch of violence. Like I said, I never sold dope. I never did none of that shit. I was just in the streets just banging and shit. So I pointed out, and I went in on I came out medium custody on my first number, but I went back max just because I had been there before.
Your third time.
So my third time, I knew I definitely pointed out. So I was like, fuck, man, they gonna send me to Tecumseh, man. Fuck. And they sure as shit, Wilkinson, Tecumseh. I'm like, fuck,
damn.
Man. And I remember this particular guard, I say his last name. His name was Schaefer. And he was actually cool. We were the same age. We knew a couple of the same people. And he was the transferring guard that morning. And I just didn't want to go to Tecumseh, man, because, you know, bodies was dropping in that bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It still is. It's still fucked up.
Yeah,
in
that shit's
Tecumseh,
still
man.
crazy.
They never had control of the fucking place, man.
Yeah. Anytime a prison guard gets stabbed or something, it's
never had
Tecumseh
control
every
of the
single
place,
time.
man. It makes me cringe, man, that I actually had to walk the yard of that bitch. But like I said, you're going to have homies everywhere, you know what I mean? It's just the particular homies that I had in Tecumseh, they were still active.
Right.
You know, where a lot of my homies on the compound in LCC and NSP, they was just chilling. You know what I mean? They played their role, they had their status, but they wasn't active, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Tecumseh, these
kind of a different
motherfuckers is
attitude.
active. I'm
Yeah,
like,
okay.
fuck, man. So that morning in D&E before they was getting ready to transfers and shit, and I'm packing my shit, man, and smoke coming out my ears, man. You probably could see it at the time. And Schaefer standing next to me, man, and I was actually like, damn. if I knock this motherfucker out real quick, they're gonna take me to the hole in LCC. And usually, if you go to the hole in LCC, they'll just keep you in LCC, so that way I got to stay in Lincoln, and my family wouldn't have to travel to Tecumseh in the snow and all that shit and the storms to come visit me and shit, right? But I liked Schaefer.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, I can't knock Schaefer out, man. And I'm 230, you know what I mean? I'm jacked, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, I can't knock Schaefer out, man. So I just went ahead and went on to Tecumseh, man, and did my couple few years in there, and finally got my custody level dropped to where I could go to a lower security prison and shit, man. And never have I ever been so happy in my life to be taken from one prison to the other. Yeah. It sounds real fucking stupid, but that's just how active Tecumseh was, man. Motherfuckers was running up in.
Shit's different out there, man.
I mean, man, in the Sureños, you know what I mean? They ran the yard, you know what I mean? It wasn't even Bloods and Crips, you know what I mean? It was the Sureños, you know what I mean? Them motherfuckers was hitting motherfuckers, man. So I came on back to NSP, man, and that was my third number, man, and made up my fucking mind. And I'm gonna be all right. Right on cue. I'm gonna be all right. Goddamn right.
Shit, man, that's fucking crazy.
Got through it though, man. That's unscathed. Crazy. Focused. That last number, man, did it.
When they used to transfer us places in boot camp, we used to have to ride. We used to have to sit and then put our heads between our knees, basically.
Damn, we didn't have to do that.
Yeah, they're like, don't be looking out the windows and shit.
Fuck, dog, goddamn.
Yeah.
They didn't even do that to us.
Yeah,
shit.
that shit's
they was like,
crazy.
go ahead and look, because you motherfuckers ain't gonna see none of this shit for a minute.
Yeah, and one of them's it's a while. It's like an hour trip. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Dude, just to keep you discombobulated? What is that, in case of a hostage situation? Or?
Well, I mean, I think it's just to fuck with you.
Just to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Damn,
I think it's just to stress you out.
Yeah, they did the same thing.
Because you start boot camp in San Diego, and then for like rifle qualification and stuff, they send you to Camp Pendleton.
That's not the same place?
No.
Mm-mm. Okay, again, we talking about the 700 fucking.
It's a little ways away. No, that's a totally different place.
They ain't even in there.
No, that's a totally different place. That's just one base. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. How big is that? How big is Camp Pendleton? Is that where the ships and shit were?
No. I don't think so. Well, I know. No. I don't know where their ships are. Like Miramar, maybe.
Yeah, I've seen those ships before, and we weren't even near them, bro. And
ships
I was
would be on the naval bases.
Okay, that's what it was, naval base. Okay.
Square. Let's see.
I remember seeing a lot of Marines out there, though. Or at least I thought.
Yeah, Camp Pendleton North is about 10 square miles. And 29 Palms, to refresh your memory, so the other one was about 10. 29 Palms is about 60 square miles.
So a speck. Almost a speck compared to that one.
Yeah. So, but that's where you go for rifle qual and stuff. And it's like a totally different animal out there, totally different landscape. You're in a new place. You're walking to a different place for breakfast and stuff. It like totally fucks you up.
Yeah.
Because by that point you've been in boot camp for about a month, so you have a pretty good routine.
And then you up.
Yeah, and then they send you somewhere else and it just fucks you.
Well, I had quit smoking in prison because they, made it illegal. And I remember I got transferred and it was so stressful. Like I almost didn't want to go again. And this is coming from NSP to community custody, where I was like in the community, like a work release kind of like place, right? I didn't want to go. Cause I was like, fuck, I got my routine here. Just let me jam my time out right here. Mm-hmm. And I got over there, man, and I started fucking smoking cigarettes again because it fucked me up that much. It fucked with me that much. Coming from this place, being here for so long, going through a routine, then you change me again, and yeah. I can definitely attest to that.
Yeah, but boot camp's kind of cool about it because you go and the trip to Camp Pendleton kind of sucks, but then you're there and you do more stuff, and then like on the way back they let you look out the window and shit, so you feel like I'm a hot shit.
Yeah,
I'm a hot shit. Because then when you get back, then you're in third phase, and when you're in third phase, you get to unbutton your top collar because they make you button your shit up all the way like you're a fucking dork. For the first couple phases.
Yeah, they fucking with y'all hard.
Yeah. But then they start letting you wear your uniform like an actual Marine would. Yeah. So when you get back for third phase, you think you're the shit.
Didn't know that.
Yep.
Didn't know that. Yep. What you think about Stephen A. Smith, man?
What about him?
What you think about it? I'm asking you. What you think about
Like in general?
it? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. He has some, he has some spicy. Yeah, he got some spicy stuff to say.
Or let me. Damn, I should have wrote this down. Let me ask it like this: how do you feel about these TV personality, mainly in sports, who have never accomplished any level of sports, whether it be basketball, commentating, on Hall of Famers and All-Stars? How do you feel about it?
I think it's fine.
I don't like it.
I think it's okay because,
you've never accomplished what you're critiquing.
No, that's
you never
true.
will
But
accomplish what you're critiquing.
if they only let people who accomplished it critique it, then
we're going to get the real.
Well, and who's even critiquing?
I would love to see Michael Jordan critique.
He doesn't want to, but he doesn't want to.
Yeah, he doesn't want to.
Or he would, yeah. Guys like that typically don't want to, I don't think.
At the same,
and it's like, does that expand to other things too? Like, are reporters not allowed to report on
That's
stuff
different.
they've never done before?
That's different. That's different. We're talking about sports.
Well, he's a reporter.
Where we're talking about Skip Bayless talking shit about LBJ. You cool with that? Now, Shannon Sharp,
I don't know.
Who's a Hall of Famer, Super Bowl 2-time winner.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
But is he allowed to critique the
Hall
NBA,
of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer himself.
NBA All-Stars?
He's a Hall of Famer himself. He's been on that level.
But what if he's never played basketball in his life?
He's been on that level of competition, whether it be soccer, baseball, cricket.
Him. Okay, so somebody being a cricket champion, that would qualify them to
because he's been on that level of competition.
What are we talking about critiquing though? Somebody who plays cricket is allowed to critique somebody's jump shot.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, they don't know anything.
But Skip Bayless is a basketball reporter.
Yeah.
Who? Let me see. What they say? His stats in high school, throughout high school, was 1.5 points a game.
But some people have the eye.
Yeah.
Should you? There's head coaches that have never won.
But he said the Lakers wasn't going to win the championship, and they did. So
there's head coaches that have never won anything while they were playing, but they go on to win.
Steve Kerr, he'll never be a Hall of Famer as a player.
Yeah, so I
said
think
that, but as a coach, oh hell yeah.
Yeah, see, so yeah. I think that's the same thing as saying somebody shouldn't be allowed to coach unless they're a Hall of Famer themselves.
How many coaches have we seen coaching that have never played the sport on any level though? Not many, if any.
I don't think
that I've known.
I don't think the Nebraska volleyball coach has ever played a game of women's volleyball,
I'm sure he's played, though. Guys from Cali, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying. And Skip played basketball,
In high school.
Okay. That's playing basketball.
1.5 points a game.
Where's the cutoff for experience?
Through a 4-year career.
I don't know. I think people should just be allowed to critique whatever they want. And if whether you take any stock in his criticism, that's your thing.
Yeah, that's just it. Yeah, I don't like that shit.
Like if you don't like him, I don't like Skip Bayless either. Just because I think he's a fucking.
If you're not a Hall of Famer and you've never been on that level of competition,
I just think he's annoying.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Man. Well, it depends on what he's critiquing, I guess. It would depend on the context, whether he has any room to talk or not.
Guys like him don't. Charles Barkley, yeah. Kenny Smith, champion.
Like if he's
Shaq, champion.
If he's criticizing somebody's ability to stay composed under pressure or something, then maybe he shouldn't be talking. But if he's just critiquing,
and that's just it. I see a lot of these, and that's the point I'm coming to. I see a lot of these dudes, man, and I guess I should have got to the point, getting personal.
Yeah, see, I don't like that.
And that's I said, that's the point I'm trying to get into. Mm-hmm. They're getting personal. That's what I don't like.
Yeah, that's not cool at all.
Don't do that. Like the Kyrie Irving deal, y'all getting personal now. Mm-hmm. And you fucking with this man's money. And that's exactly what I don't like. I don't like to see a sportscaster or whatever getting on here talking about this man's body, his decision.
Well, and
possibly fucking with his paycheck.
Yeah, whatever his decision is, that's kind of between him and the NBA anyway.
I don't need to know.
Yeah, reporters shouldn't be talking about what's this dude's medical situation like.
I don't need to know that.
It should just be between him and the NBA. Like whether he's vaccinated, whether he's not vaccinated, it's really nobody's like. How does anybody even know he's not vaccinated?
If y'all ain't talking about it,
Yeah, like who told him that? Like somebody at the very beginning. That's like a violation of some.
LeBron
kind of
said he got vaccinated,
confidentiality.
but it wasn't his job to tell everybody else to get vaccinated. Man,
Cool.
this dude, like a personal attack. I'm like, damn, dog. After all the shit LeBron's done and is doing, it's easy for y'all to get on here and talk about this man's family and basically call him stupid and dumb and shit. You know what I mean? When you've never accomplished anything.
Yeah. See, that I don't like.
Yeah, that's
especially.
I guess I should have got to the point earlier.
Especially about something that's really nobody's fucking business.
Nobody's business.
If the NBA doesn't want people that aren't vaccinated to play, that's still between him and the NBA. That's not between ESPN's fucking, what is that, quick take show or whatever. Undisputed. Yeah, it's not for them to be really talking about.
Nah,
I don't think.
Nah, yeah, I'm getting tired of it. It's getting old.
Yeah, like nobody needs to know whether somebody's vaccinated or not.
Question a man's play because he's not vaccinated. I was like, what the fuck, dude? You've never played basketball in your life. And matter of fact, let me look up Skip Bayless. Dude, you barely played high school basketball.
Yeah. And
to average 1.5 a game through a 4-year career, bro, I question if you ever even got on the floor. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, he had to have at some point.
I don't know if it's possible. How can you split a point up, man? How can you?
I mean, maybe they put him in one game and he scored 400 points, and then he wasn't allowed to play because it wasn't fair. So his average is only 1.5 a game.
Yeah, that dude's a joke to me, man. I don't like that.
Well, I don't
shit,
like
man.
that guy. Well, I think that's the point of him, though.
Stephen A. Smith,
I don't
cats
think
like that. It's like, damn, man, how are you even credible, man? You snitched on your fucking coach in college.
I don't.
After your college coach told you were trash.
Shit, yeah. I don't think you're supposed to like Skip Bayless.
Nah.
I think you're supposed to hate him. I think he's one of those dudes. People love to hate, you know.
Yeah. Fuck
and
yeah.
If you can give people something to hate on Twitter, people are like, fuck you, Skip Bayless.
Yeah, that's crazy as fuck, man.
People hate watch, man. They probably got more people hate watching just because they hate Skip Bayless, just so they can say he was wrong about something he said. Then they got fans.
Right. Yeah, everybody attacking his ass on here. Yeah, shut your bitch ass up.
Yeah, see.
There's about 6.5 motherfuckers that agree with me.
They love it, man. That's the whole thing, is people come watch the show just to see what he says so they can disagree with him. And talk shit. Yeah. I think that's an hour 15, so I think we're done anyway. Yeah. Jamal's over there taking his jacket off. It is a little toasty in here. I'm wearing my dirty ass hoodie. This shit's fucking gross. I can smell it. Yeah, this is my comfy hoodie. My wife's gonna watch the episode and text me and be like, "I can't believe you're wearing that fucking hoodie, that gross ass hoodie." All right. Anyways. Like I said at the beginning, you're watching us on YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell whoever you think enjoys a good podcast. And we'll see you guys next week.